regularly get a lot of messages about, especially when we have anyone that's done any sort of Irish road racing.
Yeah, go on.
And there's a lot of obviously keen fans
That
listen to the show. And like, for example, we had Conor Cummins on the other day, and we talked through his whole career, and we just didn't. We sort of missed the Irish roads, and we had a few messages being like, why didn't we talk about it? So, and I know you after the sort of BSB thing, you probably got stuck in over there. What have you got any good stories, or like what was your favourite tracks? And
like the first, just the whole thing. I probably went from the British, because you were sort of in that bubble of that's all you thought racing was. So I told Stuart Higgs what I thought of him at the time, and I just thought, I don't need that. So I just sort of, right, I'm cutting my nose off to spite my face. I don't need you. I'll just go do something else. I just thought, I went and raced Scarborough like a couple of weeks after, and I thought I did all right. Like I won or something. I thought, all right, I'm all right at this. And then I was due to go. No, I went from Scarborough and I got taught into a bloke called Leslie Muir, who was road racing Ireland.
He still is, yeah.
Is he still? Does he still do it? I don't really know what the crack is.
Yeah, still the editor, yeah.
Is he?
Is he?
Anyway.
He's part of it.
Right, okay.
A massive part of the Irish scene.
And
anyway.
he saw me at Scarborough and says, right, you ought to try and, because you're doing all right here, you ought to try and get over and do an Irish race. So we went and did Kells. You heard of Kells?
Oh, God.
Have you ever raced it?
I haven't, and I'm gutted.
Because that was the first road race I did. Jesus Christ. Well, so obviously I've been racing around Cadwells and Brands, actually, the British Championships, right? And then Scarborough was sort of, it was sort of a road race, but it's not really a road race. Not really. It's not really a road race.
Painted curbs, closed off. It's not like you've got dumper lorries going down it. I agree.
No, it's great. And yes,
completely agree.
It's the closest thing we've got over here.
It's the closest thing we've got. And what a great meeting. What a great meeting. But yeah, we get me, my brother, and a lad called Jim Andrews. You know, he's a rum lad. We went over in. I'm just trying to think of the reg of the van. It was a W reg tranny. That was the first type of like the max. It was like W173 JDO. That was the reg of the van, right? We went over in that. I know, I like my reg from my pants, right? So we went over in that. Right, went to Kells, and we was genuine, like, you've heard it loads, I bet, right? Where's the track? You're on it. It was proper one of those moments, just cow shit and that fucking jumps and Jesus Christ, blew my mind, right? First race out, right? Qualified all right, but I took Milky Quail out, right? And I hurt him, and I was just like, because I was riding like a dick. You know, like I've just gone from British Championship to doing that. You don't ride the same, and that's, you know what I mean. It's not really. You don't
the
ride. The
gentleman code kind of.
Yeah, I didn't know any of that.
You didn't get the memo.
No, I didn't get the memo. So yeah, took him out. I felt like a right dick, and his sponsor was shouting at me, and I was like, I'm sorry, you know. Anyway, I went out in the next couple of races and I won them. Like, but it wasn't
because you
like
knocked everyone else off.
I knocked everyone else off. Yeah, it was like the support. It was the support which you was allowed up to 750, I think.
Yes, high.
And I was on my junior superstock bike, just a standard 600, and I won both of them. And like went off to Ireland, right? And I must have come out with like £3 prize money. And I thought, well, hang on. What was I doing? I sort of indoctrinated into going to the British Championship and like, having to work all of the jobs to be able to just earn enough money to put tyres on my bike and then crash damage and then beg and borrow just to be able to get by to go race. To go to Ireland, right? And to come back with, I thought, bloody hell. So that was me from then on. And then I thought, I'll go do the rest of the season. And then they took the licence off me for what I'd done. Because to protest, I think, at the British Championship, to appeal, you had to pay. It's so much you had to put like a fee up to appeal. And obviously I'm a dickhead then. So fucking didn't listen to me, did they? And I was right, so I just cancelled the cheque. So that's why I lost my licence. So from then on, I didn't race any more that year. And from then on, I just ran on an MCUI licence, as I still am now. Right. MCUI, Irish, brilliant, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
There we go. License, yeah. So, like, going over to Ireland, you don't have to pay
I don't know start permission. No. When I race outside of Ireland, I need start permission, but anything in Ireland is mint.
Right.
So, but now, like I told you with the CRMC, because that's a great club, right? Yes. Great club and a great meeting. But I'm thinking I'm then waiting there all day to go and race at the end of it. I put the bike in the back of the van and said, that's the last time I'm racing. No disrespect to the CRMC club, because it's a great club. But I did not enjoy it. It wasn't it was just me racing around them circuits I've been racing around for years. And I just thought, no, I fancy a change. So yeah, any racing I do now is just in Ireland. Yeah, just road stuff.